Every type of player explained. Let's start with the club legend. This player devoted most of his career to one club, leaving a lasting impact on its history. He became synonymous with the team and collected many trophies and awards. Perhaps the most well-known recent cases are Messi and Cristiano at Real Madrid and Barcelona. When fans think of their club, that type of player immediately comes to mind. It's inevitable to talk about him. His goals are replayed over and over again. For many soccer players, there is no greater honor than retiring as a legend, the GOAT. This player has achieved everything there is to achieve, has won trophies both individually and collectively, has broken records, has captivated millions, and has dominated soccer for years. Technically, there can only be one GOAT, but each generation debates who deserves that title. Ask fans who is the best in history, and you'll get several different answers. However, what is undeniable is that these players have defined eras, inspired millions, and elevated soccer to its highest expression. If you're lucky, you'll live in a time where you can see not just one, but two GOATs at their best, like Cristiano and Messi, the uncrowned kings. This is the kind of player you only see once every century. I'm talking about players who have it all in terms of talent, but just don't seem to care too much. He can be the star of the match or his team's biggest problem. On his best day, he's capable of winning a game all by himself. Yes, without anyone's help, making his opponents look foolish with his skill. However, at his worst, he can spend 90 minutes losing possession and making bad decisions. He's a frustrating archetype, talented enough for several Ballon d'Ors, but his inconsistency and mentality leave him remembered only for moments. Someone who showed flashes of greatness, but never reached his full potential, which is quite sad, especially for the club's fans. The most extreme case is Neymar Jr., the Velociraptor. This player is the definition of pure speed. Although he may have other skills, none compare to his explosiveness and ability to leave opponents behind. Elite speed is an attribute that can't be taught. So even if he may lack technique in other areas, he will always have a role on the team. Many players started out as simple substitutes and evolved into legends, thanks to their great physicality and speed. What kind of player comes to mind when you hear this stereotype? The captain. This is the player who isn't always the most talented, but is definitely the most respected. The one who shouts, gives orders, encourages, and, if needed, yells in your face to make you react. He's been with the club for years and knows everyone, from fans and equipment managers to the security guard and the mango vendor outside the stadium. When morale is low, everyone turns to the captain. He's the first to take responsibility after a defeat, and the last to give up when the game seems lost. He might not score 30 goals a season, but when he speaks in the locker room, everyone goes quiet. Not everyone has a leader's presence, even if they're natural goal scorers. The classic number 10 sees things others don't. While others rush, he moves in slow motion, calculating perfect passes. He's a set-piece master, delivering impossible assists and changing the attack or creating goals with a single touch. He's not always the one who runs the most. In fact, you'll rarely see him running. That's why many criticize him for just walking on the field. But when he gets the ball, the whole stadium goes silent for a second, waiting for the magic. He plays between the lines, gets the ball with his back to goal, turns, and quickly beats 3 defenders. The classic number 10 like Riquelme. The game changer. This is the player made to come off the bench. It's the 70th minute, the team is flat. The match stalled, and the coach glances at the bench. There he is. He comes in and immediately changes the energy of the match. Runs, presses, faces up, commits a tactical foul, fires up the crowd. He might not have the consistency to be a starter, but he has something that few have: immediate impact. Every time he comes in, things happen, for better or worse, but they happen. The game changer lives for those last 20 minutes where he can become an absolute hero, or the crazy guy who risked everything on one play, the one with glass feet. This player is really good when he's healthy, and that's the problem. He almost never is. Every time he plays 2 or 3 games in a row, the fans get excited. And just when he's at his best, injury report, muscle injury, 6 weeks out. He's the typical guy everyone defends by saying, if he didn't get injured so much, he'd be top class. He may have talent, quality, and all the attributes, but his body just can't keep up. Still, whenever he returns, people greet him with hope, knowing his brief time on the field can change a game. If Dembélé fits the stereotype of not passing, you know once he gets the ball, the play ends there. Not because he'll score, but because he never lets it go. He takes on several players, loses the ball, and still does it again next time. He's the kind of guy that when he finally passes, everyone jokes. It's a miracle he let it go. Sometimes he makes an amazing play that results in a goal, which encourages him to do it even more. It's frustrating to play with him, but he's also the kind of player that, when he pulls it off, makes everyone get up from the bench. The quiet scorer. This player rarely talks, avoids drama, and doesn't show off, but consistently scores goals. He may not be the fastest or flashiest, but he has an unteachable goal scorer's instinct. He predicts where the ball will land before others. While others run all over the field, he just pops up at the right moment. A rebound in the box, a through pass, a poorly cleared cross, and boom, goal. He can go 80 minutes barely touching the ball, then suddenly changes the game with one move. At the end, you check the score and wonder if he scored again. He's the type who only knows how to play on one kind of field. This is the player in neighborhood 5 or 7-a-side soccer who looks like prime Ronaldinho. With short dribbles, chips, step-overs, and nutmegs, he's unstoppable in tight spaces. But on a full field, 11 versus 11, he disappears. Tired after 15 minutes lost and just walking. You probably know someone like that on your team. Or maybe it's you. In friendly small field matches, everyone wants him on their team. He leads the WhatsApp group. While not always the best player, the team wouldn't exist without him. He organizes schedules, books the field, collects payment, tracks attendance, and asks who's bringing the bibs. He may play well, okay, or badly, but everyone respects him since they're there because of him. He organizes everyone. You may criticize his play, but when he wants to leave, everyone convinces him to stay since he's one of the few who can manage people for a game. Tag that friend who always sets up the games, the veteran who knows it all. This player may not run like before, but he understands the game best. He doesn't need to crash into others or dive because he's always well positioned. He knows when to foul, play hard, or let play go. In the locker room, he's like a teacher. He gives advice, calms you, and corrects details. On the field, he guides you with experience. Don't get desperate. Don't push up too much. Watch your back. He may not have his prime physique, but his experience compensates. Many relate to this type of player. Less explosiveness, more intelligence, and those players, even as time goes by, always find a way to keep being important. If you enjoyed this video, I have thousands more like it. Just click the playlist shown on the screen. Remember to comment, subscribe, and like.